guys? This is your host with the most, King Gio. And I want to say, hey, what's up? Hope you guys had a great weekend. Well, today we're going to talk about Breonna Taylor. But before I do that, I'd like you guys to hit that subscribe button right there. Hit that bell so it'll notify you when I, King Gio, upload a video. And hit the notification button. And share. Not share. If you want to share. But smash that like button. All right? Don't worry, guys. I'm in a parking lot. I'm about to move out, so I'm not driving. So, like we said, Breonna Taylor. So, the police department, the city, has decided to settle with them for $12 million. The family calls for police reform, which I personally have been calling for police reform for years. Even before the Eric Garner's tragic death in New York. And, you know, it's a shame that it's taking this long. And they still, today, they still haven't even done any reforms or whatsoever. That they haven't even say anything that we're going to reform, because you just don't reform one. You reform all 50 states, even the Commonwealths of the United States, which is Puerto Rico, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, all that kind of stuff. And Washington, D.C. is also a Commonwealth of the United States. Washington, D.C., because Washington, D.C. is not a state. So you guys tell me, what do you think? Do you think that's justice? I mean, her case is, it's hard. It's really hard, because I look at it as a tragic death because Breonna Taylor died, but I was not there, and to look at it, the circumstances in which they went to the house, you know, those were iffy. The circumstances where they went, you know, how they obtained the warrant was iffy, because the officer should have known, should have been more investigated to find out that her ex was there, that he really was there that day. You know, when you serve a warrant, you know, I don't know how it goes. I've seen it happen. I don't know the procedure of them, but I don't know procedure-wise, meaning that I don't know if they got to find out if the person is just there, you know, because a warrant is a warrant. But when you go serve it, you know, you would think that the police knows that, you know, that King Gio is in the house. We just saw King Gio inside the house. We just saw King Gio enter that home. So you know that you know that King Gio is there. But you don't go up there, you serve a warrant, and something tragic like Breonna Taylor happened. You know, so you want to make sure that person who you're serving that warrant, that you are arresting, because there's different warrants, but an arresting warrant, to make sure that person is in that domicile or business or wherever that warrant is set to be. So you want to make sure that person is there. You just don't want to go in there barging, like I said, another Breonna Taylor case. But this was kind of iffy, to the simple reason is that they went in there, they knocked on the door, and her boyfriend, you know, shot through the door. An officer got shot, and they all went buck crazy, and they all started shooting. You know, so it's, you know, that's kind of hard. You know, if that's the way that it happened. You know, because, you know, put yourself in a position where you go to serve a warrant, you knock on the door, and you get shot at. You know, so you're going to shoot back. You know, because you're doing your job. It's something, it's different. It's different if you knock on the door because you call the police, and the police is there to assist on a 911 call. And then if it's a 911 call, the person shoots, then you don't shoot back. You just call back. You call for assistance. You know, make sure that assistant is there, you know, because you're attending a call. You're not there to arrest someone. In this case, it's different. You're there to arrest someone. You know this person is armed and dangerous. So the circumstances there are different. But being that the case may be, there's a lot of bullets going through the air. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is justice for the family? I know it's not justice for Breonna, because we will never have her back. Her family will never have her back. But is this justice? Because I'm going to tell you something. If there's no reform, there is no justice. If this was negligence, and then they have to pay. But by you suing and you setting out of court for $12 million, and these officers are not reprimanded, if there is some reprimanding to do, and they don't get reprimanded, whether by getting fired or whatever the case may be, then that's not justice. If there's no reform, then that's not justice, because what you're doing is you're letting every cop in the nation know, you know what, you can do this. They'll sue us. That's the taxpayers got money for, and we'll just keep on, and they'll keep on continue doing. They'll keep on abusing, you know. But if you hold these cops to standards of civil of us, you know, the civilians, then they wouldn't be that, you know, because you know they are shielded. They get, some of them get immunity, you know. They get more protection than we do. So that's the way that, you know, that it shouldn't be. But that's what it is, unfortunately. But like I said, if there's no reform, there is no justice, because this will continue going on. Even when what happened with George Floyd, there's still police officers who are abusing people, and they know, you know, we got to take this easy because people got cameras. We don't want to lose our jobs. You know, I can understand if a person is being not just belligerent, it's not being cooperative. You know, the first thing these people do is just put their knees on their neck. Hello, did you just go through that? Didn't we just go through that through that movie all over? You know, through that movie, we don't have to recant it or redo it. You know, so for me, if there's no reform, there is no justice. That's plain and simple. $12 million is not going to bring that girl back. I hope that money is used to educate the people, you know, that with all this thing that's going around in the world, or here in the United States with the cops, that that they take that money and give it to needies and, you know, stuff like that. You know, $12 million is a lot, but it's a lot in the aspect of buying things or material things, but it's not enough. You know, no money in the world is enough. They're gonna give me $3 trillion, and it's still not enough, because that wouldn't bring Breonna back. You know, so no amount of money in the world will bring it back. But hopefully, the $12 million gets used the right way in the memory of her. And you don't want any life, especially like a life that young and that innocent, to be, you know, her death be in vain. You know, but yeah, but it's just shocking. I mean, like I said, if there's no charges, I guess it's, you know, there's because the evidence doesn't support whatever the people are saying, or you know, and they settled for $12 million. Again, the family had to come to an agreement, because if not, they wouldn't have made the agreement. And just see what happens, you know. But this cannot stay like this. Like I said, if there's no reform, there's no change. I mean, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of the city giving the Breonna Taylor's family money. There's just doesn't make any sense, you know. Just gotta, you know, it's just sad. It really is. It's just sad that we keep losing a lot of young black people to police violence. It really is, you know, and hopefully this stops. It really does. I mean, it needs to stop. It got to stop. You know, you're gonna get your knuckleheads here and there, but you can limit that knuckleness. You know, try to eliminate that shield that says, you know, we're brotherhood. I'm protecting you. Now, if you see your brother, your cop brother, you know, doing something that's not supposed to be done right, apprehending a suspect, or it can be, then you step in. The same way that you would, you know, that these officers, some of these officers are not corrupted. Some of these officers, you know, if you offer them a bribe, they say no, you know, that's not the way I work. That's not me. And that's what you should do, because when you shield these people and you don't tell the upper up, that just makes your department looks bad, you know. And if another officer says, you know what, I'm going to protect you because you snitched, you know, then that's not an officer either. That's not your brother, and you don't need to be there. You know, this has nothing to do with decency. This has nothing to do with empathy. All that kind of stuff plays a big role. You know, so I just hope that everybody takes it back, let the Breonna Taylor family breathe. let this whole situation come down, but reform has to be up and up. You people that are voting for Biden, and if you have a chance to ask Biden a question, you make sure you ask Biden, what kind of reform are you going to do to the police? Because Biden is not for the, he's not going to defund the police. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous notion. When I heard that, it made no sense at all. How is he going to, if he is elected president, how is he going to reform the police? How is he going to reform the whole police from around the world, around the country? How is he going to do that? Because at the end of the day, it's up to the the state legislature, the governors and stuff like that to propose a bill. But this should be something that should be nationwide. Some laws go into it, that state law. Certain things you can't do. There are some things even now. There are some things the officers can and cannot do, but they still do them. Because why? Because his partner, her partner, looks the other way. Or he or she didn't do anything. Oh no, the suspect swung first, so we shot him. When in reality, the suspect did not shoot first. You just were gun happy, or something was up your ass. But let's just hope that from this something positive comes out. I don't want that young girl's. I don't want that one woman's death to be in vain, man. That would be a shame. We never would have known what could have become of this young girl. She could have been. Well, she is something important to her family, but she could have been of hope to a lot of young women, a lot of young men, and now we will never know. Thank you guys. I just reached home. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe.